Good afternoon, Paul. It's Monday, the 2nd of January. Happy New Year, firstly. Here's the heads up brief for today.
Happy New Year, mate. It's good to see the crows are still crowing and the sun's still shining. Go ahead, mate.
Paul, in China will be reopening its borders from the 8th of January, while outbound Chinese travelers are facing increasing restrictions due to a rise in domestic COVID cases.
Okay, thank you.
In Indonesia, workers are threatening protests against a presidential decree concerning the job creation law. It replaces the omnibus law on job creation, which the Constitutional Court had said needed to be fixed. Now, this is controversial because Jokowi has pushed it through as an emergency decree, and people are asking what the emergency was.
Yeah, and it's a fair question.
Also in Indonesia, Paul, the West Papua National Liberation Army attacked two police posts in Pengunungan Bintang Regency on the 30th and 31st of December. This is along the border with Papua New Guinea.
Okay, really interesting how they're making that an active AO. But thank you. Go on.
In Thailand, train services in Songkhla between Hatyai and Padang Besar resumed yesterday. This is after the twin bombings at the start of December. There were also small-scale attacks and arson incidents in Patani on the 31st of December.
All right, excellent. Thanks for the update on both accounts.
In South Asia, Paul, in Pakistan, Imran Khan's party has announced protests, mainly in Punjab province, until mid-January. He has not dissolved assemblies as he had promised before, so really let's see where this goes at this point.
Okay, thank you.
In Bangladesh, a new coalition of opposition groups will rally together on the 11th of January across the country.
Okay.
In Afghanistan, around 10 people were killed and at least 8 people were injured after a bomb blast occurred outside of Kabul's military airport, which is close to the international airport. It's likely to be perpetrated by the Islamic State Khorasan province.
Thank you.
Lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, Paul, Russia launched attacks at Kiev and eastern Ukraine over the new year, targeting critical infrastructure. Ukraine claimed down shooting 45 drones and missiles, and the NATO secretary said that Western countries must be prepared to provide long-term support to Ukraine as Russia shows no signs of giving up.
Well, it's 10 months in now, and I mean, sometimes when you play games, you got to be careful what you get. And, it's only the most one-eyed of pathetic analysts that think that this was a Russian invasion. They just ignored the preceding 8 years because it suits them to make sure that they remain one-eyed and that analysis is purely a theoretical word. So I think there's going to be much broader impacts to this, much, much broader. We haven't seen China get involved yet diplomatically, let alone militarily. So of all the major conflicts that are battling on, this is the preeminent one, but of course there's many others affecting the globe. Thanks, Uday, for the briefing. Excellent work. Glad to hear your voice again after a few days off.
Thanks, Paul. Likewise. I'll see you tomorrow over here.